Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, evening, wherever you may be in this world. Hello, good morning, privet, all of that good stuff. Okay. Guys, I am so happy to be able to speak another day. I'm so glad that the Lord has given me word to speak with you guys and to share with you all. I pray that this will bring encouragement. I pray that this word will bring some clarity and maybe even confirm what you've already been hearing. So often God's children will discount themselves because they don't believe that the Lord will speak to them directly. And there's such a need for confirmation or for somebody else to confirm what you've been hearing. And then the thing is, I'm sure there's nothing new. Very rarely does any prophet or anyone on any platform is telling you something that the Lord hasn't already spoken to you, right? And it's kind of crazy that we will only validate the word of God through people. But I want to encourage you. You think of how many times you've heard a word, how many times something's been shared, and the Lord spoke to you already. So the Lord wants us as his children to be in a habit of already believing his word, believing what he said, and not seeking anybody else out to confirm or allowing someone to be able to talk you out of what God has told you to do or told you not to do. So what's in my heart is to get your house in order. Get your house in order. Now, I've done a word like this before, but this is a little bit different. And what's in my heart is the Lord wants his children to get their house in order. There's some things and some blessings that God wants to bring in your life. Some of you desire to be married. And if it is the will of God for you to have a husband or a wife, there are some things that you need to get in order, such as debts, such as, let's say, back child support. Things that you don't have in order, the Lord wants you to do that. Your credit might be messed up. The Lord wants you not to just sweep that under the rug, but yet you're looking to start a life with someone. Now, guys, I'm not here to promote any credit companies or what do you call those places? Debt consolidation places. That's not what I'm telling you to do. I'm not here to promote anything, but there is a mindset that's going on that things might have happened. There's some people, they were married, they made poor business choices, and you have all the debt. You may have taken out loans to help people, they didn't pay it, and it fell on you. And sometimes these credit card places or these car places, your car may have got repossessed, you're asking them to help. When you're trying to ask these places to work with you at the time that you're going through it, a lot of places, I know that they won't work with you. But for some reason, they want to work with you after the car has been repossessed or after it's already on your credit report. Then now they want to make deals. And so this can be frustrating, right? You can make up in your mind, well, you know what? I'm just going to pay everything cash. I'm not worrying about this. I'm not worrying about that. But a part of being a child of God is being a good steward. So what does this mean, guys? Some of you, you're not working. So it's going to be hard for you to do these things. The Lord is not talking about that. If you don't have the money, you are not working at all. That's one thing. But always set it in your mind that when you're given the opportunity, and put it in your mind that you endeavor to find work. And a part of finding work is, and one of the reasons why when you do find work, is to put it in your mind that I want to pay back what I owe. Whether it was something that happened to you as a result of someone else's due to someone else's irresponsibility, they didn't carry out their debt, they left you with a bag. This happens a lot. But God is going to move in your life and God is going to make some changes. But what he wants you to do is your part. You do what you can do. And what you cannot do, God is going to miraculously give you favor. So get your credit report, contact those people, and pay your debts off a little at a time. You'll find a lot of times these places that they'll give you some offers, and the Lord will work with you on that. There's some people, they go to credit repair companies. They may go to debt consolidation companies. And I don't know, that's something that you have to ask the Lord about, because sometimes, even with especially the credit repair places, sometimes they can, but you're going to find you have to pay them a certain amount of money to get it done. So some people can't even afford that. But if you're in a place that, hey, I can't afford that, it's too steep for me, whatever it may be, then you pray to the Lord and you say, Lord, lead me, give me favor. Show me what to do, because I'm here to tell you that when you take those steps of faith to handle those things, the Lord will give you favor, where sometimes those people will lower it to such a way, will lower it where you can pay it back. They'll work with you, and the Lord will have it where things will drop off, things that was there. But you have to be willing to pay back what you owe. Guys, this is a principle of God. If we've been given any money, you must pay it back, regardless of what they did, and you need to pay that money back. Another thing that the Lord has laid on my heart is those of you that may have back child support and all that, get your house in order. Call up those child support places. I'm trying to tell you, if you call up the Attorney General and you talk to these people, it's better that you do that than all of a sudden somebody come in your life way later to get you. I understand, guys, that it can be risky. You may feel that way. But some of you, the Lord may have already been laying that on your heart. If you have a child out there and you're not taking care of your child, and you have quit your job so that you don't have to take care of your child, or you're not reporting your income properly, the Lord frowns on that. Because regardless of what your relationship is with the mother or the father, that has nothing to do with taking care of your child. Get your house in order. Take care of those things. You may be a new parent. You may be with someone, you have a woman in your life that's giving you a hard time with your child, and the whole time you're getting into these arguments, you're getting into these things with them. But the Lord wants you to get your house in order. That means you call up the courts. That you go and they will give you a paternity test for free, from what I understand, with child support places. And they will verify that this is your child. And then they're going to verify your income and what you have. And they will work with you. I'm here to tell you, when you aim to do things God's way, it's going to keep the drama down. And when you are doing what God has told you to do, you are being responsible. He's going to bless your hand. He will give you favor. A lot of people with child support, they will say, are you going to put child support on me? Like this is some form of a sexually transmitted disease or a death sentence. It's being responsible that whether you are in the home or you're not in the home, you're going to be responsible for your child, which goes outside of your relationship. Now, women can be put on child support as well. If the father is deemed to be a better parent, it can happen. And we should not fall into anything where women are all being the victim. If the court requires you to pay, then do so. Get your house in order. How else can you get your house in order? Be a good steward of what God has already given you. Get up and clean your house. Some of you, your house is very messy. Sometimes you can just be overwhelmed, but make it a point to get your house in order. Do one room at a time. Take your time. Clean your home. You cannot be asking the Lord for a spouse. You want a husband, you want a wife, but you keep a dirty house. You don't know how to cook. You don't know how to clean. That's male or female. Get your house in order. Work on bettering yourself. Let the Lord lead you. Ask God to lead you. I'm not telling anyone to go make impulsive decisions. What I'm saying is, when you hear this message, go and pray about it and say, Father, lead me. Sometimes you just don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. So you ask the Lord to lead you, because you don't want to go to these places where they just want your money and they can't do anything for you. So you say, Lord, lead me. Show me how to do this. How can I go about cleaning up my credit? How can I go about, Lord, paying this debt back? How can I go about getting things right as far as taking care of my children? It's not about whether that the parent is going to be cooperative or not. You do right. When you do right, the Lord will see that and honor that. When you behave yourself wisely, He's going to take care of that. So let me go back to those you're desiring a spouse, but you're very messy. Your house is messy. Your car is messy. You have to get your house in order. God blessed you with that vehicle. Clean your house. Wash your clothes. Learn how to cook. So often people are looking for someone to just come in and change their lives. You have men that just want a place to stay. Not all men are like this. They just want a place to stay. And as long as they can, sex you down real good and be strong and reach up on the high shelves and get you things, then that's it. They feel like all I need to do is work out and keep my hips, agile. So you have men that they want to just come and move in with you in your place. Being irresponsible, not taking care of his responsibilities, not taking care of his debts. You don't want to be that guy. You want to have where you're not getting together and, you have nothing to offer because you come with all this weight. Same thing, ladies. You don't want to just be coming to the table and you don't know how to do anything, but you're pretty, you're beautiful, you have a beautiful body. Your sex game is tight. That's not going to go very far, because there's a lot of women that's beautiful and there's going to be others that's going to be looking better than you. There's always a younger, more smoother, more buttery, cute version. So you can't go off your beauty, because your beauty will fade. You're not going to be beautiful all the time. What will happen, God forbid, you gain weight. You can't say I'll never gain weight, because sometimes it could be things that happens with your hormones and things will change. It could be your thyroid, could be anything. God forbid, but I'm just telling you these realities. God forbid something happen and things change, your life just changed. You want to have more than just a pretty face, long nails, beautiful hair, a well-laid front lace, or you're just cute all the time, but you have no substance. The Word of God says, like a gold earring in the snout of a pig is a woman without discretion. Discretion means a woman that's just out there, kind of wild. She has no discretion in the ways of life, not just sexually, not lacking discretion sexually or morally, but also just in the things of life. She doesn't know how to do anything. Her reasoning, how she thinks, it's all about sex. It's all about, what she looks like. Cater to me. No balance, meaning all flash, but she has no substance. And it's the same thing with men too. The Bible talks about the evil man, the man who's crooked. He left the path of righteousness and is on the crooked path. Even though we know that the Bible is talking about both male and females when it says man, but I'm telling you, in this case, I'm using it to reference to men. So you want to have your house in order. There's so many things on YouTube. So many things where you can learn to cook. I'm not saying you have to be domesticated. It's not about that. It's not about, oh, you trying to domesticate me. I'm a pro-feminist and listen, it's not about that. You want to know how to do these basic things. Get your house in order. Be a good steward. Outside of marriage or want to be married, you must be a good steward of what God gives you. Get your house in order. Get up and go to work on time. Stop being late for work. Stop making excuses. Stop sitting and pondering in your mind the morning of that you don't want to go to work, and so you're going to make up a story. Stop going to work and not doing your job. You're just there, taking up space. Why? God looks at that. There are people who are unemployed and don't have a job, and you have a job, but you've learned how to work under the radar. You know how to minimize your screen real quick from YouTube or Facebook or whatever, and you're not doing your job. Yet at the same time, aware of all your employee rights. You are affecting the flow of things in the workplace, whether you feel like you have a menial position or not. I was watching something not too long ago, and they were showing how they make the Haagen-Dazs ice cream. And from every bit, they will show you from the people who's responsible for keeping up with the milk, pouring the milk in, to laying the little containers out. I mean, most of the stuff, now these are huge factories, so it's an assembly line. Most of it is being operated by machines, but there are things that still must be done manually. They're showing you when they're making the coconut ice cream, they're showing the people that's out in the fields gathering those coconuts, putting them on the trucks, getting them into the factory, chopping little parts before they put it on the machine, showing the people that's packaging, to those that's just boxing it up, putting it into boxes and getting it back onto, getting it ready for shipment. They may think their job is menial. And some of them, I wondered if they were getting paid well, especially those who are just gathering the coconuts. People will always think, oh, well, you just gathering coconuts, I don't need to pay you. But if these people are not out there taking care of these fields and gathering those coconuts, we wouldn't have the finished product that we have. So everybody's important. But let me get off that soapbox for a hot second. Imagine if someone, even if one person on that assembly line is just not doing their job or just don't feel like doing it, don't come to work, it affects the work. The work will still be done, but it still affects the company. So when you're sitting at work just wasting time, there's something that you're doing. There's a law that's in work here, that's in effect in what you're doing. And the Lord sees that. Be a good steward at work. Do your job. Be honest. Be a good steward when you're doing your timesheet. Be a good steward. Stop lying and saying you're sick when you're not sick. Stop looking online, putting energy into trying to find how to forge a doctor's note or how to print one out and make it look real. Be a good steward of what you have. Be fair with your fellow co-workers. Stop calling out because you want to go on a cruise that you didn't put in your leave early enough and other people had leave planned, and you're telling them, I'm going to go, and if you don't let me go, I'm going to call out anyway. A lot of people do this with Department of Defense jobs. Now, you can get fired probably really easy in a civilian sector or, in regular workplace, but when you work for the government, a federal job, when you work for the Department of Defense and you become like a GS worker and you are hired on permanently, there are people who learn how to play the game, because the government does not just fire you just like that unless you've done something really, really like crazy. And so they learn to play the system. So what they could do is, I'm calling out, I can't get that day off, I'm going to call in sick. They know how to work that. and they know how to play the game. Y'all can't fire me. There's this whole process. So they know how to work the system. They know that if they've been written up for things that they've done, that stuff only sits for 90 days. So they know how to cool out, act right for those 90 days. The 90 days experience, the 90-day window expires, which means every write-up they've had is gone. And so now they start fresh again for the other 90 days. Start giving trouble again. Stop doing whatever. Stop. They know how to do that. And they know, oh, if I give trouble in this department, you guys have to find me a job in the next department. So people will work the system like that. Do you know that when you get a federal job, you're working for the Department of Defense, say you're working on a military installation as a civilian, whether you're working in the cafeteria, whether you are working at a front desk in a clinic, whether you are working in their gas station, this is a great opportunity. You get a lot of benefits, especially if you come in as, getting a GS position. And so there are people who cannot get work. And you find people that's in the government system playing games. The Lord is calling you to be a good steward. You may not necessarily work for the Department of Defense, but you may be having a federal job somewhere. God's blessed you with a good job. Whether you're working for the postal services, be a good steward of your job. You may think, my job is not a big deal. I just work at Popeye's Chicken. Be a good steward of that. Clean your uniform. Clean your shoes. Do your job. You may not want to be there, but if you are a good steward of that, the Lord is going to bless you. Get your house in order. Be responsible. If you're living with your parents or whatever, it may not be convenient. Get your house in order. Stop drinking the last of the stuff and not getting it back. You're a grown up and your elderly parent has to do everything. Your elderly father has to go out and cut the grass because you don't want to do it. You don't want to take your mother to the store. You can drive, but you don't want to. But you're the first one to eat up all the groceries. Don't do those things. Don't do those things. You have elderly parents. You're living with them. You're stronger than them and you're bullying them. You're bullying your grandparents. You're doing all types of stuff. Don't you know that your life will be cut short? Don't you know that while the Lord will give you grace, if you continue to harm her and curse your grandmother and curse your parents and abusing them and mistreating them, they have worked hard, and in their elderly age, you move back in and start to bully them. Don't you know the Lord will stop your heart? Don't do it. Don't let him keep hearing the cries of your parents and your grandparents. You will literally die. And a lot of times it'll be a horrible death, especially the people that likes to hit and beat on their parents. It's time to get your house in order. What is it? What is it? Only you know. What is it that you need to get in order? What is that thing that you sort of just swept behind the carpet and said, you don't want to deal with it. It's too painful. Get your house in order. The Lord wants to bring you blessings. But you must be a good steward of the things that he's given to you. Be a good steward in handling those debts and those things that you still owe. Trust him to lead you and to show you how to do these things. And then he's going to move. He'll do those supernatural things. He'll cause things to disappear. He'll cause debts to fall. He'll cause things to be brought down to a balance that you can actually handle. And as you are faithful in that, the Lord will begin to open doors of opportunity with jobs, with favor, even with things, guys, you don't even qualify for it, but they're willing to train you and it will pay you well with benefits. When that man or that woman comes into your life, when God sends that individual, you would already have your house in order. You'll know that you're in the process of paying your stuff off, or it's been paid off. You're in a better place. Now you just trust the Lord to raise your credit score again. And I'm here to tell you, even when your credit score is not raised, the Lord will make you qualify for things that you should not qualify for. You will get that house. You will get that job. You will get those things because you obeyed him in getting your house in order. He just wants you to do your part, and then he's going to give you favor. Be responsible. Clean your car. Don't say it's just an ugly car. It's a car. Somebody will love your car, whether you think it's right or not. Oh, the door don't open on that side. Be a good steward. Go and get all that junk out your car. Some of you, your car is moist because it's filthy. Be a good steward of everything the Lord blesses you with. Be a good steward of yourself. Hygiene. Take care of yourself. Shower. Bathe. Pick up after yourself. I don't think I need to go far here, but this is just something the Lord is showing me. Hygiene. Sometimes, especially during this pandemic, it can get hard. You just want to lay around. You're not as active as you used to be. But if you find yourself just going too far in one area of poor hygiene, don't allow yourself to go there. Don't allow yourself to go there. Get out of the habit of eating in the bed, falling asleep with the food in the bed. Somebody's going through this. Because when you wake up and you see all that, you don't feel good about it. You may create the mess, but you don't like the mess. You feel miserable. And before you know it, you'll find yourself being in a situation where it's like you become a hoarder. I didn't even know such a thing existed till I saw the TV show. And if you are this person, that is a principality and a power that's making you feel like you keep collecting and you can't get out of it. You need to shed a light on that and get help. Be a good steward. Get your house in order. The way you're treating your children, get your house in order. Stop putting those kids to work and you're just laying around. Get your house in order. No, you can't go to school full time if you have your teenage kids being the full-time parents. That's not fair to your son or your daughter. Get your house in order. If you chose to have children before you finish college or high school or whatever, it is not fair that you have children and now your children are missing out on their childhood so you can catch up. I'm not saying they can't help you, but there's something different here. Your teenage daughter or son, they're frustrated because they are taking care of everything. Your excuse is, I'm providing, I'm going to school, I'm trying to make a better life. No, ma'am. No, sir. Get your house in order. There must be balance. That person is not the parent. And so what happens is when you allow that child to be running the house all the time and the kids are looking to them or they're used to running the place, then you want to come in and want to discipline. And you're going to find yourself having some problems because this child is running the house, but yet you want to exert your authority as a parent. But they are being the parent. Because sometimes even when you come home, you just laying around and telling them what to do. Get your house in order. You've got to be able to do it all as a parent. Your children are there to learn some things and they can do their responsibilities. They can do their chores, but they should not be carrying the weight that you're putting on them. So you can go out, so you can be free, so you can get your education, so you could do this. Yes, it's good that you want to get your education, but you need to be mindful that you have a family and you have children, you have a husband, a wife, whatever it may be. The burden does not go on your children. Get your house in order. That is all that I'm hearing the Lord saying. There may be many other things that the Lord is talking about. But in order for him to bring you the blessings, there's some things that you must do. You must be in a place of preparation, a place of stewardship, a place of responsibility, a place of accountability. Because the Lord is not sending in a rescue team, a person to rescue you. You must also have something to offer. If God is going to give a godly man or godly woman to you, they're not coming in to rescue you and do everything for you. That shouldn't be it. They should be able to be blessed by you as well. Guys, it's not about you having money. It's not about you having a certain amount of income, but it is about you being a good steward and doing your best to work and to earn a living and to do things and to be a good steward of what God gives to you. And when you do that, the Lord will make supernatural provisions. So the both of you come together and you're going to have what each other need as you all both look up to God and you've both done what you need to do. Get your house in order. Get all these other men and women out your life. God's not going to bring you a godly man or woman and you have this girl and that girl, this one that you talk to, this one that you do, this one that you sleep with, this one that you flirt with, this one that you slept with, but you're just friends, this one that you wanted to sleep with, but you know, this guy that you call, that guy that you call, this guy that you Netflix and chill with every now and then. The Lord will not bring anyone in your life as long as your heart is still divided and you're still playing these games. Get your house in order. Work on your temper. Get your house in order. Learn to apologize. Get your house in order. Ask the Lord to help you to get out of hole and malice and strife and grudges. If you're a hateful, vengeful person, you got to get people back. The Lord will not bring anybody in your life. He is not going to bring anybody godly in your life. You will only draw people like yourself. I heard my sister say, it's called the surgeon's table. And she said in a testimony that she gave that in order for Jezebel to operate in Ahab's, in order for Jezebel to do what she did, there need to be an Ahab in her life. If you have the mindset of an Ahab, if you have a heart like Ahab, you're going to draw Jezebels to you. And if you have the mindset and the heart of Jezebel, you're going to draw an Ahab to you. As you know, King Ahab and Jezebel, Ahab was weak and, you know, he whined, and when he can't get something, he wants it. And Jezebel's the type like, if you want it, let's do it. They destroyed people. They killed people. They were just a disaster to civilization. They were a nightmare. They both had a certain level of toxicity that they came to power. When they came together, they destroyed people together, and they both ended up losing their lives. So if you have the heart and the mindset of a Jezebel, you have an unclean mindset, and you're just in your heart is not right, you continue to draw people like yourselves. That's why certain men, you always meet this type of woman and you think all women are like this. Certain women, you meet this type of man and you think all men are like this. No, it's based on your nature. It's based on something in you that you keep overlooking someone that's good and faithful, and you want this type of guy. You look for this type of man. You look for this type of woman. So you end up hurting them. Get your house in order in your emotions. How you deal with problems. Get your house in order. Obey the Lord in what he tells you to do. Because if you are a bitter person, the Lord cannot bring anyone fresh in your life because you'll destroy them. There's a lot of people that's been hurt and they've gone through things in their lives. And somebody will come along that really loves them and really care about them, and they will destroy that person because they still have those defense mechanisms in place from their last relationship. You'll find a lot of times people that will talk about how people kick them out of their house and all this happened to them, and you sympathize with them and you bring them in your house and they start to act up. Why? They brought all that with them. And so the Lord cannot open doors, whether it's business, relationship, any of opportunities, friendships, ministry, because you don't have your house in order. So I hear the Lord saying, get your house in order. I know this video was way longer than I intended. I thought it would be shorter, but I have to obey the Lord. The Lord wants to bless you. The Lord wants to show himself as God in your life. But you must be willing to obey him. The Lord is not our butler. He's not our Jeeves. We must be obedient. Get your house in order. You do your part. And you're going to see what he's going to do in your life. All right, guys.